Okay, guys. So before moving to work on the data, we need to understand the ADF first, right? We have created the resources and we understood how to create the resources. It's very easy. Yeah, you have created the resource, the very first resource, that was the virtual machine. You have created the storage account. Similarly, you can create the virtual network. Now we need to create more resource, but before that we have to understand the business requirement and the architecture also. And for to work on that architecture or the business requirement, we need data factory. Yeah, that is also a resource, or that is also a service right here. So let me just go to the theoretical part first to make you understand about the Azure Data Factory. Then we will be discussing about the architecture, where we will be doing the lab. I mean to say, we are going to work on the data straightforward, and then we will be moving step by step, right? So it's a big architecture, I can say, yeah, end to end. So we will be understanding it. Just first understand the data factory, yeah, before we move on. So again, I will start the session with a greeting like welcome to the interactive session, that is Azure Data Factory, and good morning to you again, once again. Yeah, today we are going to learn one of the most important Azure service, and that is used by every data engineer. Yeah, Azure Data Factory, that is also called as an ADF. So somebody says, if you know ADF, right, you know it, right? So we will be moving step by step. Yeah. So today's journey is divided into 7 parts. Yeah, I'll be discussing one by one, and it is not only maybe if you are getting enough time, we will be starting few of the activities on the ADF. At least we will create the ADF, we will launch the studio and see what all components are there. Okay, so we will do whatever we can do in this time span, right? Okay, so first we will understand the data engineering basics. Then we will understand Azure Data Factory components, yeah, core components, yeah, and after that we will learn every core component. I can say, we also have, just like manage, author, we have many things, right? We create their links, data set. So I will let you know everything. Maybe if you are looking at first time, so don't worry, I will take from the scratch it. Yeah, we will be performing hands-on, yeah, end to end, and probably then monitoring and pricing. And finally, I will try to put some interview questions on that. I will try to help on the questions that can be asked on the ADF, right? So by the end of this session, I can say you will understand 80% of what companies actually uses in Azure Data Factory. Yeah. I'm not saying that 100% you are using this, but yes, I will try to make you more than 80%, right? Because there are too many activities related to the data, and it depends on the scenario that what action you are going to perform as per the business requirement, right? Okay, so let's start. Yeah. So the first question that arises is, what is data engineering? Because if you understand the word engineering, right, what do you think about? It's just park this whole concept, the ADF or somewhere else, right? Just understand the word engineering. What do you understand by? It can be a manufacturing engineer, or a cloth engineer, anyone, right? Just terminology. I'm just discussing about the terminology. What do you understand by the engineering? Anyone, in your words?
Like deep knowledge of any any field, that field who or that field the person is in that field the person is engineer, have a future imagination, present transformation, and according to the past experience.
Okay. Anyone else?
An engineer is a person who uh, designs the architecture, builds the systems, uh, build the system or build the resources
Mm-hmm.
uh, uh, to uh, to manage, to create or manage,
Mm-hmm.
uh, to create or manage machines, you can say.
Okay.
Build something like uh, house, home, like an engineer. Similarly, raw data and which is coming from backend. So what kind of raw materials are there? So collecting and cleaning and preparing some model, like building model. And if I'm talking about system, so data engineering, transforming the data cleaning part.
That's nice. And anyone else? Guys, please
So,
try.
someone who can solve the real world problem, irrespective of any domain.
Exactly. Anyone else? Himanshu, are you there? Please go ahead.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
please go
same,
ahead.
the same. The last one said that the person who can, the engineer is the person who can work with on new developments,
Mm-hmm.
and as per the new challenges, he work on that and create a new thing for the.
Exactly. Yeah. That's great.
Adding
That's great. Yep.
adding to this, a person who has the technical skills to manage or create uh, the desired task.
Okay. Great. Anyone else wants to try? Guys, why I am asking this question to each one of you so that you can say something from your words, right? With your words. Yeah. And if I'm listening to you, maybe whatever I have can add something, right, to your words, or your words is adding to my words. I mean to say it's just enhancing the knowledge, right? So be engaged and try to say something. And definitely when we are, this is a very, thumb rule, I can say, very basic, thing is that when you listen 100 words, a nature is to grab at least 10 words from there, right? So you will remember 10 words as least. Correct me if I'm wrong, right? If we read 100 lines somewhere, I can say I will not remember all 100 lines, but yes, at least 10 lines we can remember that, right? So when I'm listening you and other people, I'm getting something, right? My knowledge base is increasing. So that is a good environment, and that is a good thing. We should discuss and we should engage ourselves, on the debate and on the discussion. That increases the knowledge, correct? So I will always encourage you guys, please say in whatever you have said, whosoever has said, very well said. You have done a tremendous job. Yeah, I really appreciate your words and your statements here. The data engineering is a process where you understand the requirements. On the basis of requirement, you collect the required data or required equipments, and then build something which can serve the purpose. I mean to say, which can give the end result to the user, which can be taken as a business decision, right? Which can be used for the business decision. So just take an example, right? Thank you for the giving these statement. First of all, I will say, and then we can discuss scenario. Let's say that many people, generally what is happening. I have, the question from many people that they're confused between the data engineering and the data analysis. Yeah. There are two words. One is data engineering, and second one is data analysis. Yeah. So let's understand the concept. Suppose Amazon sells 1 lakh product daily. Just imagine the scenario, right? I'm just creating the hypothetical scenario here. Yeah. Every purchase creates data. websites, you know that, okay, you go there and click on the websites, so that's also create the data. So websites clicks, create the data. You do the payments over there, so payments also create the data. Sometimes you have to return the products, that also creates the data. Customer reviews creates the data. Yeah. Now imagine million of records every day. Can only Power BI directly connect to all these systems, all different systems? Yeah. The answer would be no, right? Someone first need to collect, clean, and organize the data. That someone is working as a data engineer. Yeah. So if I say about the data engineering, you all are correct. I'm also adding something, right? Here I'm not saying that, okay, whatever I'm saying that is pretty much correct. I'm saying I'm adding to your words. Data engineering is a process, whereas data engineer is a person, right? So inside the data engineering process, we collect the information or requirement, you can say. We connect with the data source, we shape the data, or we shape the problem in the form of the solution. Yeah. And we store somewhere it, and then someone analyze it, right? So data engineering is a process, and who work on the data, that is data engineering. I hope that is clear, right? You all are correct. Yeah. Guys,
Yes, Harish.
am I correct? Any question, any query?
No, thank you.
You are the password problem.
I'm sorry. Okay. So guys, now coming towards a very good topic, that is ETL versus ELT. Can anybody just say in your word, what is ETL? You have heard before, right, about the
Yes,
ETL?
extract transformation load.
Exactly. Yeah. And what is ELT?
Extract load
then
and then
transformation.
transform.
Exactly. Yeah. That is also written in front of a screen, guys. So that's very easy, right? Now understand, inside the ETL, source, then transformation, and then the target. I mean to say the cube, or where you are loading the data, the data warehouse or the table, whatever, right? Yeah. In traditional systems, just like SQL Server, I can say, yeah, they were, or we can say in the system, in the traditional systems, the server is small, right, where we have the less amount of the data. So we clear or we transform the data first before loading. Yeah. Whereas inside ELT, we first load the data and then transform it, and that is the cloud, right? So in the traditional system where we had the on-premise system like SSMS, yeah, sorry, SS, you can say SQL Server, okay? We were using the ETL. Nowadays, when we are working inside the cloud, we need the whole data as is. We do not transform it first. Why? To make the real data copy as is, so that if anybody else wants to transform it as per their requirement, they can have the original data with them. Otherwise, what will happen? We will lose the original data. Yeah. And we do not do it in the ELT, right? Cloud has unlimited compute. Just understand, in the on-premise system, we had small servers, limited compute speed, yeah, limited power. Now inside the cloud, it is unlimited. Yesterday you have seen that, right, guys? When we were using the virtual machine, even I have 200 Mbps of internet speed, but in virtual machine it was showing more than 1 Gbps, right? Yeah. So we have unlimited, unlimited compute power there. Okay? So now we first load raw data, then perform the transformation. And when we load the raw data, that is called the bronze layer. Guys, we will understand the medallion architecture again inside the fabric. But just understand that nowadays we are following everywhere the medallion architecture. And that architecture says land your data as is in the bronze layer, then transform it, clean it, transform it inside the silver layer. And once it is ready, then create the aggregated table or aggregated data for the gold layer. And from the gold layer, it goes to the another area that is called data warehouse, where it is available for the business user. So generally, the architecture which we have is lake house, warehouse, then business user. So lake house has the data which is original data, then transform data, then aggregated data, then the final aggregated data comes inside the warehouse. Yeah, and inside the warehouse we have the SQL tables. You can directly use the SQL engine and work with the data with the help of the SQL statements, right? Okay, it's easy for the business user to write the SQL codes. Yeah, instead of writing the Spark codes in the lake house. We will understand those things step by step. So now we first load the raw data, then perform the transformation. Correct? So difference between the ETL and ELT is that in the ETL, we were transforming the data first because data was small and the compute power was also small. So we do not want to have the heavy data inside the data warehouse or inside the cube. Yeah. Whereas in the cloud, we have unlimited things available, so we can perform the transformation next post loading the data. And also it benefits that you have the raw data available anytime, and you can perform more transformation or you can extract the data from there, whatever is needed. Any question till now, guys? Anyone? Any query or any question?
One question, sir.
Yeah,
Whatever you are mentioning, the bronze layer and silver layer will happen in lake house, and then the warehouse will be more like a gold layer or
No.
reporting layer, right?
Do not do like this. If you are doing it, do not do like this. The best practice
Okay.
is create all those 3 layers inside the lake house.
Okay.
And then when you have your gold data available, yeah, now move this gold data inside the data warehouse for the business consumption, because we do not allow business users to connect with the lake house directly. That is for the engineering purpose. Inside the lake house, we perform data engineering. Inside the data warehouse, we perform the data analyst work, or you can say data analysis, right? So you have the data ready inside the warehouse. Now Power BI developer or data analyst is enabled to work on the final shaped data. They can consume the data, they can create the insight, yeah, they can apply the business logics, and they can retrieve the data with the help of the SQL commands or the statements inside the Power BI to create the insights. Is that clear?
Yes, sir. Good.
Harish bhai, data lake house is where the bronze layer and the
Silver and gold. There are 3 layers. Yep.
All 3 layers are being done in data lakehouse. Then we move the data to warehouse.
Yes. See, just understand. If you are doing the engineering on the data, it should be inside the lakehouse. When you are saying, okay, I have done my job, now the data is ready for the user consumption, that should be inside the warehouse. As simple as that.
Sure.
Anything else?
Sir, when we're talking
सर
about
वो
the
ELT वाला कॉन्सेप्ट एक बार थोड़ा फिर से बताइए.
Okay, just tell me once again. Sorry.
yeah, sir, when we're talking about the bronze layer, silver layer, and gold layer, So it's just a part of the structuring the data, like from raw to basic. We come to the semi-structured called bronze layer. Then we more optimization or something more little bit transformation that is called the silver layer. It's a like that.
Okay, so generally when you have the data, right? So if I say, okay, you have the raw data, just understand. Though it's a part of fabric, just understand, because we all are connected with each, all these things are integrated. So just understand. So if I say, okay, you have the raw data. Oh, come on, I'm not writing that. Just give me a moment. Just park your question. Who was asking? Just let me just clarify something, then we will again discuss these things. Okay, just understand that. Okay, just say you have the raw data. Huh? Why not writing then? Okay, let me just open the Word then. It's not writing on the screen. I don't know what is happening with my pen. Come on, where is the Word? Here. Okay, so if I say, okay, you have a raw data, right? That is in the form of CSV or any other format. So is that ready to use, or it is you can perform the SQL, or you can retrieve the data from here? This is raw data, right? That can be messy, right? That can be messy. That can have weird data inside. Yeah. So you first, yeah, please.
No, sir. Yeah.
Okay. So now first you need to convert this data into table format, structured format, right? Yeah, as is. Do not do anything. Just change the format from CSV to the table. Right now, your data is inside the table. First, it was in the format of CSV. Now it is in the format of row and column. Now you can perform the SQL. Is that clear now?
Okay. Yes.
That is called bronze. Bronze. That is called bronze data, where we do not have any transformation performed. It is just like a replica of the raw data as is. It can have duplicate. It can have weird data inside the columns. Yeah, it can have improper format. It can have all the columns are coming as an varchar, or you can say text in text format. Yeah, maybe a number column, or maybe a currency column that is also coming as a text format. So you have to perform all the required transformation to create the silver layer.
Okay.
Yeah, so you perform the transformation there. Correct. Here also it be a table format. Here also it will be a table format. Yeah. Now you can also perform SQL here. Correct. Once it is done, then you aggregate the data. Just say, okay, you have a raw data in the form of sales. Just say sales data you have, and that is in the form of table rows and columns, right? But still it is not aggregated. You want let's say in the gold layer you want sales summary table, summary, right? So probably it is just capturing the daily summary of the sales, right? That is gold layer.
Actionable data. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but because all these are inside the lake house, and we do not give the access to the user to work on the lake house. The lake house is specifically designed for data engineering. So as a data engineer, you will work till here, and then you will move your gold data to the warehouse. So lake house, then warehouse. Warehouse is designed for the business user, for the data analyst, for the Power BI developer. Here we have the tables, we have the views, we have the store procedure, we have the function, SQL function actually. Yeah. You can perform anything with the help of the SQL statement here on the data. However, we should have the proper schema here, just like the star schema. Yeah. So we create the schema here, right? We create the fact tables, we create the dimension table here. We will learn those things. Don't worry, guys. This is just we are discussing the later sessions part. but we will discuss and we will learn and we will work on these things. You will create the schema, star schema, you will create the fact table, you will derive the fact table and the dimension table from your sales data, which I have just shared with you, the sales and the customer, right? So you will do all those activities. You will create the bronze layer, you will create the silver layer. Don't worry, that is part of fabric. That's why I'm saying in the fabric you will learn a lot of things there. Yeah,
Got it.
is that clear?
Yes,
Harish
sir.
bhai, in other words, we can say lakehouse is a structured or semi-structured data, whereas warehouse is a structured data.
Exactly, it's an SQL plus Spark. So it is structured, well, very well said, structured plus unstructured. So you can store your files here, you can store your tables here. This is lakehouse. However, in the warehouse, you have only structured data. Clear?
Yes.
And you will see in Fabric. If you want to see it right now, I can open the Fabric and I can show you.
No, sir, no. Actually, I need some like a clearancer on the silver, on a silver transformation and ELT, sir. What the mean by ELT and how we use, sir, this one?
Okay.
Why we use, sir?
Okay. So why we use? The good question is why we use, right? So we use ELT so that we can have the raw data in the form of table available for further transformation. Just understand, if you will, the very first thing is that your data is landing where? In the lake house. Yeah. And in the lake house in the form of unstructured data, right? When your data is there, what will happen? You have to first structure it to make it usable, and that is tables, right?
Yes.
Correct. So that is called bronze layer, and that is called, first you extract the data and you load it. Where? In the lake house. When you load it, first you load it, right? You
Yes,
are not
yes.
transforming. You are not transforming. You are just loading the data inside the
Just
warehouse or
loading.
the lake house. And then you are performing the transformation in the silver layer. Now, the benefit of this activity is that you have the complete data without losing any part of the data inside your lake house. Guys, when we are working inside the organization, most of the time we just think from myself or ourselves, right? That we are working, we need this data, we need this transformation, we need this something, right? We never think from the industry standard point of view. Just think from the top of the view. It is not only you are working, there are many people working, right? And many people are using the same data. Okay, I'm saying, okay, there is a data coming from ServiceNow. It has the tickets information, right? Maybe incident tickets. If you know that incident tickets, problem tickets, yeah. So let's say that there are tickets information. Do you want to lose the original data information or part of the information?
No, sir, never.
Nobody wants that, right? As an organization, just think as an organization, you will never lose that, right? Because this is the customer data. You need the whole data as is inside your environment, and then whatever you need, you will work with the data, and that is called load first. Yeah. So you will not perform the transformation first. You will perform the loading first, and then perform the transformation.
So this concept is only used in Microsoft Fabric only, because in most of the application we normally follow the ETL rule, not a ELT rule. We
Okay.
just like a go
So
and
that is
do and
on-premise.
transformation.
When you are working on-premise, then you will perform the ETL. When you are working on the cloud, you will definitely perform the ELT.
Yeah, got it.
Okay, that is the difference, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I just give the same example. Yeah, same example.
So you sir mentioned sir bronze, silver and gold. So in bronze normally we are just going to load the data, and silver we do some like a semi structure, like semi transformations, and in gold it is the complete transformation
See, in the
we done.
gold, generally the best practices says whatever transformation you need to perform on the data, do it in the silver layer. Do not do any transformation inside the gold layer. Gold layer is a curated data. Understand? That is a curated data that is just like aggregation, right? Just understand that you have performed whatever transformations were needed on the silver layer, right? Inside the silver layer, you perform the transformation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever, right? Now you have your final data with clean data, normalized data, structured data in the silver table, final silver table, right? Now what you need some aggregated table to provide to the customer. You want, or somebody asks you, guys, we just need a table where we should have total number of daily sales for each of the product and for each of the customer or whatever inside the table. So what you will do, you will perform an aggregation over the silver data and create, on the gold data, sorry, my mistake, silver data, and then you will create the gold data. So gold data always has the final data. That can be an aggregated table, that can be a same table as a silver table.
So final transformation of silver can be saved as a gold data.
Sorry, guys, one by one. I'm sorry. Just say one by one. So Himanshu, just hold on. Let the question finish, sir. Okay, please ask.
So, sir, my question is that so final transformation of silver is called as a gold data.
Yes, the final output.
Final output.
Yes, the final output of your silver transformation is called a gold. So we have to save it as a gold table, right? Correct? That is called gold layer. So now whosoever is going to use the gold data, that will be a final data. So we do not need more transformation there. It is just usable. Yeah. However, it is inside the lake house, so we do not use that. We move it first to the data warehouse and then we use it.
Got it, sir. Got it.
Okay. Himanshu.
Okay. For the entire thing, I just give take an example on the summarization of this in the Power BI everyone is using. So in the direct query, just like in the direct query, we extract we directly use the data from the SQL tables, all that. So just like in the SQL, whatever data we are using in a direct query, that is a gold one. We are just using that and creating an entire report for that.
Exactly.
Or any transformation we get done in the SQL or database.
That is correct. That is correct. We are using the data warehouse.
The data
Yeah. So that we are using the data warehouse, and with the help of.
Fine.
I'm sorry, I didn't get that. Himanshu, you are saying something. Sorry.
I think, sir, he wanted to say when we make the report.
I just give it.
Guys, please.
You are not audible.
I'm not able to understand. Okay. Any further question? Anybody else?
Okay. Fine.
Clear? Okay, so now, what is Azure Data Factory? So does anyone has any information about the ADF? Anyone?
No, sir, I don't know.
Okay. Have you before we discuss about
cloud Microsoft?
I'm sorry, say again.
If I go with that, this is the cloud-based Power Query.
No,
it's a cloud-based
incorrect.
Power Query.
No, incorrect. That is data flow.
Transform and
that is data flow. Okay, we will understand. Don't worry. Don't worry, guys. Have you ever seen the truck? Okay, you will think that what I'm asking.
Definitely.
Have you ever seen the truck?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
What it does? Just tell me what it does.
Yes.
Transportation.
Move the data from one side.
Exactly. You all know it, man. You all know it. That is the Azure Data Factory in single word or single statement. You know it. You just said you do not know it, right? You don't know it, but yes, you know it. Guys, Azure Data Factory is nothing. It's just a truck. It's just moving the data from here to there with a small transformation. Okay, just take an example, right? You have booked mover and packers to pick your data, yeah, and before that you also do some transformation, right? You just shape your or just pack your goods household, right? So the people from the mover and packer come to your home and pack your they perform a packaging over your household items, and then they load it inside the truck, and then they moved it from the source to the destination, and then they deload it, right? Something like that, yeah. So the truck which is actually performing as a courier, right? So it is just moving the data from here and there. That is Azure Data Factory. Azure Data Factory is not a storage area. It is not a database. It's not storing any data. It is just performing a movement of the data. Yeah. So it is not a data warehouse. It's not a storage account. It just orchestrate your service. Yeah. And service what? Movement of the data. ADF only manages the movement of the data. Just understand. And very easy example is the truck, that you are moving your household from one location to another location. That's it. Just understand it. It's very easy. Do you understand it? Any confusion or any question, you are free to ask.
Yeah, Harish. Is it something only to orchestrate the movement of data, or also we can use this ADF to bring the data from source to our destination? Post we can do the transformation. And
Yeah, so we are doing the same thing. I'm just saying the same thing, right? So we are taking the data from the source and doing some small transformation, and then moving this data to the warehouse, or you can inside database, right? Here inside database. So we are moving the data from the source to the destination. Yeah.
Okay.
And inside movement, we have a small transformation there. Just like we are filtering the data, pushing somewhere, right? Like that. Yeah. So you can just think again, just give you another
I will give you one scenario, right?
Yep,
The real
please
scenario where exactly in my organizations are data engineering are mostly using. They're using ADF just to orchestrate.
Exactly.
I might not be the right persons to understand what exactly the orchestrate.
Yep.
You might be the right person to guide me.
Yeah, exactly.
So they are using ADF to orchestrate, and they are using native Databricks to transform the data within the Databricks itself. Based on the business logic and business requirement,
Exactly.
they make the changes into the gold layer, whatever we have discussed so far, right? In this scenario, right, can you just guide me or tell me, right? Let's say we have the data in source. What does mean by orchestration?
Okay. Now, the very first question, very good question, because that should be asked. Each one of you should understand the orchestration process, right? What does it mean by orchestration? Okay. Before I make you understand about the word orchestration, I will ask a counter question here. Have you ever heard about the orchestra?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
I think most of us enjoyed it, right? In somewhere in the life. Yeah.
Yes.
When I was in my childhood, there was a system called orchestra, and they were called in the various functions. And what they do actually, they sing the song. They perform.
Not exactly, Harish. We enjoyed, but mostly we have seen someone who guides some other people standing in front of most of the people, right? I don't think people
Like
are enjoying. People are
It's
enjoying the
not like
local
that.
songs, I believe.
See, orchestra system was something where we had the people who were playing on the song, and someone is singing the song, and other people were playing the instrument.
Basically, different artists performing their part and bringing out the output.
Okay, so just tell me one thing. Have you ever seen a scenario where all the people are doing their work at the same time? I mean to say, let's say they want to perform a song, right? So have you ever seen that the person who is singing the song is singing the song, and all the people who are playing other instruments, they are also playing the instrument at the same time? Never, right? It is just doing the
So
things
sometimes
step by step.
someone playing guitar, someone playing.
Yeah, it is just doing the things step by step. So whenever they need to do it, they do it. That means they are orchestrating the entire process step by step. The first step, then second step, then third step, and the the further step is depend on the previous step. If previous step is succeeded, then other step will be taken. So orchestration is a process where we perform an entire activity step by step based on the success of the previous step. Okay, I'm just telling one thing in real time, analogy. Just say that you need to cook a food, right? Just understand what you do. Do you take the final step first, or you take the first step first? Preparing the ingredients one by one, and then the next step is taking the oil, or before that maybe you are using the the pot, you're just using the your or switching on your stove, or your whatever using for the cooking, maybe oven or something. You are switching on that, and then putting the pot there and using the oil, and then boiling it probably, then you are using the ingredients there, then other things. So you're doing the things step by step, correct or not? Just tell me yes or no. Guys,
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah. So when you are executing the steps one by one with proper steps, and the next step is based on the success of previous step, that is called orchestration. Now, in the terms of data engineering, when we say orchestration, that means we are performing some activity over the data, but all those activities are executing step by step. Yeah, and the next activity is based on the previous activity. So if previous activity succeeded, then we are moving to the next activity. That is called orchestration, and that we do inside the data pipeline.
Got it.
Clear? So if someone asks you what is orchestration, just say in single line, it is a process to execute the entire task or entire activity step by step based on the success of previous activity. Is it clear? Guys, any question?
Partially understood, but once we get to know or see how can we, what all different activities we need to perform in IDF.
Okay. That is we
Post
are
that
saying
probably
about
we'll
the
have to.
we are
Yeah.
saying about the data, right? I'm
Mm-hmm.
discussing about the orchestration process.
No, that's completely understood. Yep.
Yeah. So you should understand the concept, right? Then we will see what we can do with the data.
Correct.
Anybody else? Any question? No? Okay. So let's move. Why do we need Azure Data Factory? So just understand. Yeah. We have daily sales load, right? Let's say I'm just giving the different examples, right? So just like daily sales load, we have hospital records, we have bank transactions, we have ERP data, Power BI backend, data warehousing, loading, cloud migration. There are many tasks, right? Yeah. So multiple data source. Yeah, we have multiple data source, and automation is required to work on the data step by step. Yeah, and also it should be automated. It should be scheduled and monitored with the enterprise grade security. It is not like that it will be open for everyone. Anybody can go there and change the logic or change the your orchestration process. Yeah. So then we need Azure Data Factory. But people who are working in the Azure, yeah, those who are working inside the Fabric, there is more advanced thing, right? Yeah, there is nothing called Data Factory. However, we know Data Factory, but somebody say, okay, do you know Data Factory in Fabric? Yes, I know, because Data Factory is nothing. It is just like a process, right? We are orchestrating the activities. So you also create the data pipeline in a Fabric as well, and you are using the activities there. Yeah. Okay.
So Harish bhai, what is the difference between ADF and Fabric? Because in both the terms, they are creating the steps and whatever loading the data or whatever the like automation and all.
Okay. See, Fabric is a unified. Just remember this thing. It's a unified environment, right? You don't have to go there and here and use this service, that service, writing something this, going back to there. Just take an example. Just I think Biswajit has just given the real time scenario of his organization, that what how the people are doing or they're working inside the Azure, right, in their environment. So if I just say, okay, you have to perform the transformation, what you are doing, you are writing a notebook. Where? You are writing the notebook inside the Databricks. Now, when you have performed those transformation or writing the notebook inside the Databricks, you are coming back to the Data Factory and orchestrating those notebooks inside the data pipeline. Yeah. So here you are going here and there. In the Azure, the things are different, right? So process architecture are same, only the way is different. Yeah, writing the notebook is same, but how you are going to use it inside the data pipeline, that is something different, because you have to go to the Azure Data Factory, and there you have the Azure Data Studio. Then you will Azure Data Factory Studio. There you have to create the pipeline. So there is a different way, right? So if I say about what is the difference, the process is not different, the logic is not different, the architecture is not different. The different is only the way how it works.
And notebook here stands for Jupyter notebooks or
It's PySpark.
Py.
It's easy, man. It's easy. Don't worry. Okay.
Harish,
So
I have one question here.
yeah, please.
For now, let's forget about Fabric. Can we, to create the pipeline and to transform the data, can we completely eliminate ADF using native Databricks? Can we perform all the activities?
Yes, there is a job. You can create the jobs there in the Databricks. Yeah, you do not need the ADF in that case. You can create the notebooks. Inside the notebooks, with the help of the PySpark code, you can do anything.
Orchestrating, transforming, loading, everything we can
The
do.
orchestration is something which can be done inside the ADF. Job is something which you can create the different jobs, but you cannot orchestrate there.
Okay.
You can schedule it that
So
at this time
anyhow,
this
we
job should
need
run.
ADF to orchestrate the
Yeah,
movement of
that is
data.
required. If I say,
Okay.
okay, you have 5 jobs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and now you want to you can do it manually, just like you can schedule first job should be done at this time, then second job should be done at this time, but that is not dependent to each other, right? It will not see, okay, if first job is succeeded, then we should run the second job. It will just run on the scheduled time. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you can orchestrate, but that is not the correct orchestration or the real orchestration, right?
Okay.
Yeah, correct. Otherwise, just think about it. Why Microsoft has invested a lot of money, inside creating these architecture. If we can do everything with ADF or with the Databricks, why do we need the other section?
Yeah. Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah. So there is there is a specific reason, right, why they have been created. Guys, any other question or query before we proceed? So when do we use? Sorry. Yeah, please go ahead.
Harish bhai, what is Databricks? I mean to say Databricks is created itself in ADF.
See, ADF is a service, Databricks is also a service. Databricks is for the transformation and ADF is for orchestration.
Databricks is a separate company altogether, Sharad.
Are you saying about the company? Or you are saying
Yeah,
about the Databricks
Microsoft
inside Azure?
Databricks join collaboratively working
With Azure.
yeah.
Yeah, with Microsoft. That is correct. So Databricks, however, this is a part of Azure environment, right? Azure ecosystem. So Databricks is also a service, right? Inside the Azure. And Azure Data Factory is also a service. We need both the service for different requirements. So Databricks is needed for the transformation. Data Factory is needed for the orchestration of the process, the activities.
got it, boy.
You will do it. Don't worry. When you perform the transformation, you will understand. Just take it as an overview that Databricks we will be using for the transformation. We will be writing the notebook there. And again, we will be taking those notebook inside the Data Factory to orchestrate it. Yeah. And
So,
if
sir,
you do not need Databricks, do not use Databricks as of now. Just use ADF and perform simple transformation there and orchestrate the process. Yeah. Please go ahead.
sorry, I think you already answered my question. So we will also do what and create a pipeline and do transformation in ADF, right?
Exactly. We are creating the pipeline here in the Data Factory.
Thanks, sir.
Okay. Okay. So can we move ahead? Any other question before we move? So guys, when do we use schedule load, warehousing loading, Power BI backend, cloud migration, event-driven pipeline, integration? We will learn all those things. Don't worry. It is just written. I'm not going to read anything, everything on the slide, right? Just understand the concept. Okay. So now coming to the architecture. Just understand the architecture, right? So if you see here in this, slide, if you see, this is called pipeline. Yeah. If you see here, it says notebook, this is data flow, and this is copy activity. So these are the activities, right, which we are using in the pipeline. Yeah. And these activities are actually using the data set which is connected with the data source with the help of the link service. So just think from the bottom. We have the data source, right? That is data, that is blob. In our case, we have the blob data storage or storage account where we have our data that is in the form of CSV. Now, ADF does not understand where your data is. So you need to make ADF understand that this is the roadmap or this is the location where the data is residing. That is called link service, right? So we will be creating the link service first. So it will make the ADF understand that here is the data. It is not reading the data, right? It is not touching the data. Yeah. Now, once it understands where is the data, we need to make ADF understand that which data. So where data, then what data, right? So we can have multiple files there inside the storage account. So which file it has to work. So you will be creating the data set. Correct? Yeah. Guys, do you understand it till now?
Yes, bhai.
Yeah. Now, once you understand
Yes.
this, yeah. So, okay, before we proceed, let me more clarify the things. And the first thing is the link service, just understand more. Okay, just take an example of a Wi-Fi password, right? Suppose I want to connect my laptop to your Wi-Fi. Just understand, okay? What do you need? What do I need?
Password.
Yeah, the password and authentication. Yeah, same thing. Yeah. ADF also needs connection details. Yeah? So link service contains the connection details, like the blob storage, connection details, or you can say if you have server, then probably server details like username, password, authentication. Yeah, there are different things, right? So link service actually always has the connection details. Then once you have the address of the data or the connection details, data set says okay, there where it there no we have the address of the data, right? Now at that address, what data it has to read or what data it has to grab from there. So that is called data set, right? So data set has the information about the data. So it can be a storage account, it can be inside the storage account we have the container, then we have the folder, maybe we have the CSV. So data set tells ADF exactly which file, yeah, or which table or which folder, right? It just says that. Then we have the pipeline, right? So pipeline is a workflow. So it is having different workflow like activity 1, activity 2, activity 3, something like that. And then it is connected to the sink. Sink is nothing, it's a destination. That can be your SQL Server database tables. Yeah, so it is connected to there. Now, if I say about the activities, we have many activities, just like copy activities, move data, data flow, transform, lookup, read values, if condition. There are many activities. So we will be using some of them, not all of them, some of them, and probably we will be using more of the activities inside the fabric as well, right? So you will see the same thing there. Yeah. Okay. So we also have the integration runtime. So no, it is the just like Azure integration runtime, cloud, self-hosted IR. Yeah, all these are actually just like you can say it is just an environment, right? It's just all those are actually integrated under one environment. Yeah, so it is supporting whole of the process of the ADF. Yeah, we also have the triggers. So triggers and scheduling, there is two parts of the pipeline. I will show you when we're creating the pipeline. You will see that okay, we can schedule the pipeline to run automatically at a certain point of time, or you can also trigger it if something happens in the source, right? So you can trigger it. So let's say that okay, we have received a new file, it will automatically run once a file received inside the lake, or sorry, inside the storage or something like that. You can trigger on the different actions, right? Yeah, Karan, please ask. You have raised the hand.
Yes, sir. I am often confused between what is a data set and what is the source of what is the source. And also, if you could please elaborate more about the integration runtime.
Sorry, say again. I'm sorry. About the data set and the link service.
Am I audible now? Clear?
Yes, yes.
Yes. I would like to know more about what is a data set and what is the source, because I'm often confused between the two. And
Okay.
also, if you could elaborate a little more on the integration runtime, because that is a little tricky part for me to understand.
Okay. So source is your, just understand what is source. Okay. Let's just take a real time analogy, right? So let's say that you have some equipment or some household item that is placed inside your home, right? Yeah, and the mover and packers which you have bought, what they need first. Just take an example, right?
Okay. So, for example, data set is the particular object. For
Exactly.
example, in this case, a household object. Okay, and
Yeah.
source is the exact location or the place where that object was kept, so that the
Yes.
link service could reach out to that place and bring that to in the data set.
Exactly. So
Okay.
if I just take a real time example, now the mover and packers ask me that where is your location? of the data, or where is the location of your home or your object which has to be picked up, correct? So they need the location or they need the roadmap. Yeah,
Okay.
they need the
So these
address.
details we pass on to the link service, and the link service is the person who gets that object for me from the source.
So link service is a service which tell ADF that okay, this is the area where the data is residing. You have to pick up the data from there.
Okay, sir, got it.
Yeah.
And a little more elaboration on the integration runtime.
Yeah. So integration runtime is a runtime environment which is actually handling the whole activities, all those things inside the data factory. Correct? We will discuss. Don't worry.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Anything else, guys? So as we discussed, yeah, that we have link service, we have data set, we have pipeline, then we have activities inside the pipeline, then we have the trigger process of the pipeline, yeah, and we will be creating the integration runtime, right? So we will see step by step. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So all further, I have make you understand that what are the link services, how you create it. So better we can start doing it inside the ADF. Yeah. So these all are the concept you can just understand. As I have told you an overview of the link service. Yeah, all those are written inside these slides. Yeah, inside these pages. That what are the link service and what are the data set. You already know it right now. If you have any confusion, you can ask me. Yeah, anytime. So what activities you can do there inside the data, Azure Data Factory? You can copy the data, you can get the metadata of the file or the data, and you can use the store procedures. We will be using the store procedures. I have created this architecture. We will be using that, right? And we can use the data flow. We will be also using the data flow there. We will be using the if state, if switch there, and we will be using many things there. Not lookup. A few of the things I have kept for the fabric, just like lookup and for each we will be using inside the fabric, right? However, you will be using most of the things here, and it is not end of the activities. We have many activities there, so it depends on uh, you can say many of the requirement. Okay, so I'm just thinking and saying, right? So here, so integration services as integrated runtime, as I told you, this we will be using it. Yeah. So I will make you understand by the real time, lab, right? So and triggers, I have told you that you can schedule the pipeline when it should run, and if you want to create the trigger on that, if something happens or something, uh, just say if a new file has been created in the blob storage, it should run automatically to perform the whole process, right? So you can just trigger it. Yeah. And so better we can move now to the ADF and try starting creating the architecture. So first I will tell you the architecture, what we are going to do it. Yeah. And then we will be working on that. Yeah. So we will be uploading, we have already uploaded this CSV file inside the blob storage. Now we need the destination. So the very second thing which we are going to create is the SQL Server instance, and then SQL database. Yeah. And then probably activating the firewall there, and then we will be coming back to the Azure Data Factory. We will creating the Azure Data Factories there, and then Azure Data Factory. Then we will be launching the Azure Data Factory Studio, and then further. Right. So there are many things we have to do. Right. Okay. So I'm not going to read anything else. You can just have this PDF with you. It's a long PDF. You can just read it and let me know if you are struggling somewhere to understand anything. Yeah. You can just connect with me back. Is that okay, guys?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, Harish bhai, I just want, there is one slide wherein uh, linked services. Yeah, back. Yeah. Could you elaborate on these three key points? Just key Azure AD is the Active Directory. I know that key wall.
Okay, so these are actually the security points. Yeah, whenever you are connecting with the source, right? So probably it needs to validate the details, yeah, with the help of the key vault or the access key or the Azure AD. That is the directory, Active Directory. Yeah. So we also say the Microsoft Intra ID nowadays. Yeah. So these are the security points to authenticate the access to the source. Yeah, correct.
So,
So don't worry, just read it, and I will come back on this if any question arises, because I think we should move further to work on the ADF instead of reading these slides. Or I think the major concept which I wanted to make you understand, we have already discussed it. Yeah. Now we should move to the next part of the session, is to create the thing and work on the ADF. Pipeline, we will see how we can create that. Yeah. And this is a session summary, so I will share this PDF to you guys. You can just read it, yeah, for your understanding, right? Clear, guys? Any question?
No, not now.
No, sir. No. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm stopping here on this PDF. Let me just close this. Okay. So let's go back to the Azure. Okay, so we have already uploaded the sales data. Is that std? Okay, that is my right. Okay, now sales data. Let's say that we are also getting the customer. If you want, you can also create another folder, and there you can upload your customer file. So folder or container, there you can upload the customer file there. Yeah. So let me just create another container. Sorry.
Harish bhai, can we upload two files in one container? Yeah,
Exactly,
like
more than one. See, it is just for understanding. You can upload many files there, right? There is no any restriction to upload only single file, or I'm just trying to structure it, nothing else. Yeah. So if you want to upload both of the files at the same storage, you can upload there. Same container, sorry. Yeah. Okay. So before we move, I want to make you understand about the architecture. So let me just do one thing. Okay. So on the top of my architecture, we have Azure Blob Storage. Yeah. Inside that, we have, I'm not creating designing here containers, right? You just take it. We have two files in the blob storage. One is sales.csv, and second one is customers.csv. Sorry, csv. Correct. Okay. Now what we are going to do here, we are using the ADF, and inside the ADF we are creating the pipeline. And with the help of the copy activity, we are moving this data to the SQL staging table. And that will be sales staging, right? And same will go here also. for the customer as well, right? So these both tables are going inside the ADF. Then we are moving with the help of the copy data activity. We were moving this data to the staging table. Yeah, and then with the help of the mapping flow, right? We have, with the help of the mapping data flow, or you can say the data flow, we are moving the customer, the sales. This is sales actually. Let me just type it sales here, write details here, and this is customer. I'm sorry, typing is not very good here, right? Customer, right? So these will go with the help of the data flow. We will be mapping this to the sales curated table, and customer curated table. Okay, yeah, and then we are going to use, sorry, not for the customer. Let me just do not do it. Yeah, not for the customer. We also going to use the store procedure that is called SP here. Yeah, store, that is SP, right? Store procedure. We are going to use the store procedure to divide this sales curated data into 3 different sales table, and that will be based on the deal size. So we have the deal size in the data. I will show you. Yeah, so we will be having the small deal table. We will be having the medium deal table, and then we will be having a large deal table. Yeah, so this will be our final step. Yeah, then we can further connect with the Power BI. We can further connect this table with the Power BI, and we can take these data inside the Power BI, and also here from the customer curated. Customer curated is actually here, you can say the gold layer, right? Yeah, and staging is your bronze, and you can also take as a staging as a bronze, and curated as a silver, and then this layer you can call it as a gold layer, right? Where we are having the segregated or the final data. You can just take it like this. Clear, guys? The architecture.
Sir, curated or we just like I mentioned the data flow. That is the like a
The data flow is
transformations.
activity, right? This is a
Yes.
table. This is table. This is the table. This is the table. And here in
And this is the
between we are
activity.
using the activities. So the data
Yes.
flow activities, the store procedure activities, the copy activities, all these are inside the pipeline. Oh, sorry. Clear, guys?
Yes, sir. And you mentioned, sir, for the customer curative table, that's not required. Why it is not, sir?
No,
And
I'm not saying
why?
required. I'm not saying required. It is required, pretty much required, because we need the same data as is in the staging. Yeah, whatever is coming from the CSV, and then we are going to perform some transformation to create the curated data.
So same steps can be followed for the customer and same for the
Yes,
sales data.
same steps. Yeah. However, here we just need the customer data, the customer curated. Then we do not need further customer, transformation. We do not. If you want, you can do it. But in my scenario, I'm not. I'm not going on the customer part. I'm just going for the sales, because sales is my fact data, right? So I'm going to further, divide this data into 3 different tables with the help of the store procedure. So you will also learn here the SQL actually, how you create the store procedures. Yeah,
Yeah, sir. So
clear? Anybody else? Anybody has some question? So what we need, very first thing we already have, that is CSV data. Yeah. Now the next thing we need to have the destination. We have the source. What is the destination, man? Can you tell me? In this whole activity, what is the destination?
The gold layer,
And the gold layer, what is this?
the SQL means the small deal, medium deal tables are gold layer.
Exactly. This is,
SQL or
yes,
SQL is a
exactly.
platform actually, but the main gold layer will be small deal, medium deal, large deal, and customer table. The final customer table.
Exactly. And where it would be?
In sales curated
No.
SQL,
In the Azure, where it would be?
in SQL instance, which we create.
Exactly. So we need the SQL database. We need the SQL table first. Yeah. So what should I do first?
Create a SQL instance.
Exactly. So just go inside, if you are also following me, go inside your Azure and create the SQL Server instance. Yeah. Guys, do you want to follow me or you want to watch it only?
no sir, follow.
Before we
Follow.
follow the things, let me just tell you one thing. Whenever you are, that is important, guys. Whenever you are creating any object, right? Always remember that you should give the proper nomination. Just like when we are going to create the pipeline, right? Pipeli. Sorry, writing is not very good.
PIP.
Yeah, it's Pipele.
Actually, PIP.
INE, right? That is. This is easy, guys.
PIP.
Okay.
Yes, yes, got it.
I'm sorry. Okay. So please take it like PL underscore. Yeah. If you are creating the lake house, take it like LH underscore. Then give the name. Right? Data flow, take it like DF underscore. Guys, you will be confused with the data frame inside the PySpark and the data flow. So please do not confuse yourself. It is just DF for the data flow, right? Okay. And like link services, LINKED, linked service, just take it LS underscore. Yeah. So this way you will create the object. I'm not saying that you should do it whatever I'm suggesting, but this is the best practice, right? You should do
But
it.
is underscore supported? Because earlier when you were naming it underscore, it was not.
Here it will support. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Here it will support. Don't worry. Okay. So let's go inside the Azure. Okay. So in the search, type SQL and it should show you SQL Server and the database. Yeah. So we need SQL Server. Click there. And now it will say create. Just create the SQL Server. Okay. Take your resource group name and then location should be same, should be Central India. Yeah. And then give the server name. Again, I will say this is SQL. So please take like SQ or underscore. Yeah. Your server name can contain only lowercase numbers and hyphens. Okay. So you can just take like this. Yeah. And then, so let's say SQL, sorry, small letter, SQL under hyphen server sales or something like that, right? If you need, right? And then here it says SQL authentication, right? So just create the SQL authentication. Yeah. Server admin login. So it says enter server admin login. Yeah. So let's say I will say Azure admin here and then give the password, right? So I will just give the password. You can also give your password. Just create the password, right?
Sir, why my interface is completely different, sir, in any
Don't
case?
worry. Don't worry. We will
So,
come back to
what
this.
are the differences of this authentication method? Like,
See, it is saying that okay, use the Entra Microsoft Entra only authentication. So it will go to the
yes.
AD directory, or you can say AD to authenticate you. this says use both SQL and Microsoft Intra. So it will use the SQL also and the Microsoft also. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I do not want, I just want the username and password. So probably
Okay.
here it will ask you for MFA. You have to authenticate from your authenticator app as well. Right?
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So I think in organization it will be the first one, right? Which they use.
See, if you are working as a data engineer, then it will
Mm-hmm.
be already created by the data by the Azure admin.
Okay.
If you are working as an Azure admin, then you have to create it.
No, basically, if I am data engineer, then which will be the like I'll get? I'll
SQL,
get the
yeah, SQL,
SQL.
SQL.
Okay, the last one. Okay.
However, it depends on other, organization to organization. If your organization wants restrict, policy to be applied there, they can go for the
MFA.
MFA. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
definitely they
Got it.
can go for the MFA. It
Okay.
depends. Yeah. Okay, guys. So who is struggling here?
I am, sir.
You can share your screen. Rasim, please go ahead.
Harish, am I
Yeah,
audible?
yeah. Very much audible.
Sir,
Let me
so
share my
if I go on
screen.
home,
I'm sorry. Say one by one, please.
I already
So
shared, sir.
here I've selected SQL, use SQL authentication. Now, which name to be entered here? Server
Uh,
admin log.
Anything. You can just say Manu admin. Let's say you can say Wasim admin. Something like this is a name, right? Yeah, Wasim.
Yeah. Okay, should I enter the same password which I have entered for the Azure
Exactly.
when I created?
Yeah, don't worry. Go ahead. Wasim,
Yes, Harish.
yeah, you're saying something.
Yeah, I'm just typing my password.
Okay. You have raised your hand, right?
Uh, for this scenario because I was getting confused which name to be suggested for login.
Okay. Is it clear now?
Yeah,
Harish,
yeah, it's clear.
Harish bhai, just a second. I'm just sharing my screen.
Okay.
Uh, Server name would be SQL Server Sales.
Okay. So what it says? Just,
Would-
just hold on. Can you go up? It's showing error, right? The specific server name is already in use. Can you just use 0102 at the last? Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what would be the server admin login?
See, anything. It's just admin name, right? You're just creating it. So you can just take anything. Yeah.
Stopping my screen. I hope I
Okay. Anybody else
Yes,
struggling
sir.
here?
I'm sharing my screen. I'm not getting the correct interface, sir.
Okay. No worry. Go ahead.
So if I here, sir, I just selected SQL
Okay.
Server Database.
You have to select the SQL Server first. Just type SQL Server. Yeah. Just type SQL Server. Yeah. It will show you the server, right? Yeah. No, not the database. SQL Server. Just go down. It was coming there. Just type only SQL. Yeah. That's the
SQL
first
Server.
option. Yes, that is.
Okay, and now I can go and the server name. Only SQL Server will be.
Use hyphen. Use hyphen instead. Do not use the underscore. Use hyphen. Before SQL Server, yeah, just use hyphen. Okay, SQL Server, and take your last digit. I mean to say 04.
Okay, it's
That's
validating.
okay. Yeah,
No,
take the
sir,
Central
if it
India.
does not have access to create server.
Yeah, use the Central India. Go down. Go down. Yeah,
It's
there
in
is.
Central India.
Okay.
And use authentication, then
Create a name there. As please do not forget it, okay?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yeah. If you forget, please write it down somewhere. Otherwise,
Then
you have to
create.
again come back and create that, delete it. Okay, so everybody on the same page?
Yes, why?
Himanshu?
Yes. Yes.
Very good. So let me share the screen. Okay, so once your resource has been created, you can go inside the resource, or you can type on the top the SQL server, right? And you will see all the SQL servers. If you are restricted to your resource group, so probably you will not be able to see all the, but here I can see, right, as an admin, right? So I can go inside my SQL server cells, and there I can create the database. If you want to create the database directly from here, you can also create a database. You just type SQL, and then it will show you the SQL server database here. Yeah. Now you can create the database either from here or from the SQL server itself. So you can just go ahead and it says no SQL server database is to display. Yeah. So you have to create it, but it is not showing me the option to create. Wow. Why? Okay, so if it is something like this, I can go back to the SQL server, and I will go inside my SQL server. Then we'll create from there. Now it says create
I
database.
use, I see only one server in my system in my Azure SQL.
Yeah.
There is only one SQL server which I'm seeing on my screen.
Yes, because you're not the admin.
Yeah, you
Okay.
will see only one, right? Because you see, you are just restricted to your no resource group, right?
Okay.
So whatever you have created attached to your resource group, you will be able to see that. Okay, so it says create a serverless Azure SQL server with this virtual core seconds or whatever, right? It just shows 32 GB of data and 32 GB of backup. See, it says apply the offer. I will not apply because I do not need that, right? It is automatically taking my subscription and the resource group. Here it says database name. So I just name a sales DW, right?
So if I forgot my admin name in future, so how can I see my admin name? Where is that option?
That's what I'm saying. Do not forget it. Please write it down somewhere. Yeah. Maybe that at that moment you will need my help. Yeah. I will see how we can retrieve it.
So
Okay.
here, database name would be different.
Yeah, please change the database name. However, you can take it, just take it. Let's see if it is allowing you or not.
It's showing here, sir, want to use SQL Elastic Pool means.
No. Elastic, see, do not use the elastic pool because see, it is just scalability, right? So it will be automatically increase the size of the database to handle more data, and but it will increase the cost as well. So please do not use it because we do not need it, right? Make it no. And also it will be the environment should be the production development. I'm sorry, it should be development because we are going to develop the things. Production is for the organization to deploy in just when you are creating the layers and you are deploying inside the production, right? So then we use that, but that is costing more, right?
And finally, backup storage redundancy. It is
Just
locally.
locally. Guys, more feature, more security, more money. Understand, right? So for our
Uh,
understanding, we just need to learn it, not need to deploy it in the production.
And
Yeah.
also, sir, like in general, whenever we are working in real time, so first they will take development, right? Like the workload
Yes. When you are,
environment.
yeah. So in your development, see again, I will say when you in the real time, what happens? We have different environment. Just like development environment, we have a
Correct.
testing environment, we have production environment. So when we are working in the development environment, then testing or development both, we are using the development. When we are implementing inside the production environment, then we use the production. So it depends, right, how you work and how it is needed. But always remember, each thing has the cost, right? So whatever services are required for the organization. However, when you are creating it, probably most of the cases, you will see the development. And if you are creating the gold layer for the business user, and it is only for the production, I mean to say you want to share those things with the organizations, other people's, then probably you will see the production, right? So you will take the production. So as of now, development is okay for us. Yeah, do not take the production. Just say development.
Harish bhai, I have a question here. Let's say if we want to move, like we have created it on development environment, right?
Yep.
And now some query comes, I have the data in my development environment, but I need to showcase it to the production environment. So will it be possible that moving this server
Eh?
from development to production?
See,
बंद केली काय म्हणते ती कोण बंद केली म्हणा दे इकडून मी बोलतो त्यांच्या पाणी सांडलं काय नाही नाही खाली
guys,
टाकी
can you mute if you are not discussing anything relative? Please mute yourself. Okay, so other people will not disturb. Yeah. Okay, so just first see the difference, right? When you are using development environment, that is called a workload environment, right? So when you are using the development, it uses computer plus storage, and it says general purpose serverless. And here it says standard series Gen 5, 1 V4, 32 GB storage, zone redundant disabled, right? So it will not be using zone redundant. Now production environment. When it says production environment, it says hyperscale. Can you see the word hyperscale? And then it says standard scale Gen 5 2V core CPU and zone redundant disabled, right? So this is and also I can just let me just show one more thing. Okay, so here, so if you need to deploy your your environment, or you can say you want to use environment where it is hyper scaled, right? So it does not matter how much data can come there, it should handle all those things. So then you can use the production environment. Also, the question from Sharad is that we can migrate it. Yes, we can migrate it from the development to the production. Is it clear, guys?
Yeah.
So we are creating a database. Should be no here, should be development here, yeah, and should be local redundant backup storage here. All are clear? All are on the same page?
Yes.
Review and create.
Yes.
Hi, Harish.
Yeah.
So in the backup storage redundancy, which option to be selected?
LRS, local.
Local.
See,
Okay.
for the practice purpose, wherever it is asking to select the backup storage, please select the LRS.
LRS.
And in the real world, when we are working with a company, then we should select.
It will be told to you. It
Okay.
depends what services they have taken and how they want to save their data. If organization says you have the full access, you can go ahead and select the zone redundant. You can select the zone redundant or the geo. We also have GGRS, right? Geographical zone redundant, right? So you can also select. But remember, all these are increasing the cost to the management, right?
So zone redundant is within a country और स्पेसिफिक जोन मतलब एक डेटा सेंटर है जैसे हैदराबाद तो जोन रिडेंडेंट वुड बी विद इन हैदराबाद सिटीज और मे बी जो भी सिटीज आती हैं हैदराबाद के अंदर जो उनका सेंटर है उस पे जियो
Correct.
रिडेंडेंट वुड बी
Geographical
विद इन
redundant.
geographical redundant means in India any of the zones.
Yeah, within India or outside India can be. Just say you have a server in the USA and you also have a server in India. You want to pair them, so it can be also zone so geographical redundant, right? Geographical zone redundant, you can say, right? GGRS.
Okay. Now, if we are selecting Central India and we are selecting geo redundant, then it would be in India itself, not in US or maybe any other.
Yeah.
Uh,
So you've selected Central India. It will be creating the copy for other area also, just like South India and the West India, like that.
within India.
Yeah, within India.
I have one doubt. Hello. Harish.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rob.
Okay, guys. So can we go inside the resource?
Harish.
Yeah.
So I have one doubt. When I created this database, one option was appearing for 5 USD. So it is chargeable.
Yes, exactly. I told you,
I
if
cre-
you are using anything, definitely it is going to charge.
I created this
See, only
database. So
creation is not. See, if I say about the creation, right? If you created the database, let's say I'm creating the database, right? So here we have the server. Let me just show you. Here we have, where is my server, man? Okay, this one. So here we have a server, right? Inside that we have the database. So if you see underneath here, we have the database. Okay. Okay. So creating only resources is not chargeable, but using it chargeable. So when I'm going inside the database and creating the tables, using that tables daily basis on daily basis, yeah, or whatever, right? If you are using that, it will charge to me. Correct? So when you are creating the database, it says 5 USD will be charged when you are using it, your database. Now, it is not written somewhere if you are using only one row table or you are using millions of the data there. It's just for users.
Sir, one question here. Karan this side. Since we have created the SQL database now,
Just a moment, guys. Just let me just make it flight mode for my cell phone. People are making the calls unnecessary. Yeah, please say.
yes, sir. Karan this side. I was asking, since we have created this thing SQL database now, the cost that is they are charging us, that is on a monthly basis, right?
Exactly.
So suppose if we are taking around 8 to 9 more sessions, so within this period we are also creating a project for us, right? So we don't have to switch off this database, right? That will be running throughout till the entire month, till the
No,
time
no,
we
no,
are
no.
finished.
See, it is not like the virtual machine that it is running every time, right? It is just when you are using. Let's say that okay, we are creating the table and now we are pushing the data inside the table. We are reading the table, right? So just hold on, guys. Yeah. So when we are using the database, then or the tables, when we are using, I'm sorry guys, there is a disturbance. Someone is calling me again and again. I'm disconnecting the call, but still calling. People do not understand. Okay, so when I'm saying that when we are using it, we are using the tables whatever time you are using it. It is just recording that time and then billing on that time only.
Okay, so like how we
Harish,
switch off the virtual machines when we are not using it, we cannot do it for the
Harish,
database, right?
Just hold on. Let the complete the question by Karan. Yeah, Karan, can you ask me again? I'm sorry.
Yes, sir. Like I was saying, since like we create the virtual machines and we turn it off, like when we are not, when the machine is not in use, we cannot do it for the same for the SQL database, right?
Yeah, see, it is only for the compute power that you have to stop, okay? Or you have to, if you are not using, please stop it. It is for the compute power only.
Okay.
Wherever it is being used, there are two things. One is virtual machine, and second one is cluster inside the database. Rest, everything is if you are creating it, not using it, it will not charge. If you are created it and using it, whatever time you are using it, it will charge for that time. That is called pay as you go. Yeah. So if I've created this database and I've created some tables there and I'm now using it, it's just idle. It will not charge me.
Okay, sir, understood.
Yeah, it will charge me when I'm using that thing. So whatever services, if you are using, it will be charging. If you are not using it, it will not charging. You ever seen?
my concern is, hello, hello,
Asim,
hello, hello.
so as of now, if you see here, it's
So
just doing.
meanwhile, I want to ask a one question here. So, like from these part regarding charges, pay as on go, would be any question from this side, sir, in an interview? I think it should
Hello.
not be.
Yeah, there is a question that, okay, what all models are there? So if they ask you what is the difference between the free tier and the pay you as you go, so pay as you go says that, okay, whatever you are using, you are being charged. As simple as that.
And for the individual, just to mention like a virtual machine, while we are create, once we create, even we are not using, still let's go and charge, right?
Yeah, if it is running, understand.
If it is running, yeah.
If it is running, if it is idle, it will not be chargeable. Just see here. Let me show you.
Virtual machine will
See here. All these are deallocated, right? That means all these are stopped. So it is not
stop.
being charged. Any one of not being charged. But if I start somewhere, any of the machine, and it is showing me running, then it is charging me.
So running means what, sir? Running means if we are not, if we are not like a deallocated, it means it's running.
No, not like
My
that.
concern,
Running means you are not using the virtual machine, but virtual machine in the server is still active and it is available. You can
So it
directly
means
go
running.
ahead and
It
log
means
in there.
running.
Yeah, it means running. It is running. You can just go ahead and log in there with the credentials.
You have your hardware deployed there, but it is that you are not using, so they don't charge.
You just take it like that, that Microsoft has given you the service. It is available for you. If it is running, it is available for you. It depends on you that you want to use it or not. Yeah,
Okay.
if it is
Okay.
running.
But
And
they
if
will
it is,
charge, right, sir?
sorry,
If it's running, you are using or not using, but they will charge, right?
yeah, definitely, if it is running, it is being charged.
Okay. You use or not use.
Yeah, and if it is stopped,
L-
that means the service is not available. So this time, if I want to connect any of the virtual machine, I will not be, because it is stopped, it is not running. The service is
So,
not available.
Harish bhai, in virtual machine, let's say I have opened the virtual machine. It's running on my Azure, right?
Harish,
Mhm.
And let's say I have log out from there, or you can say like on our system we do we update as power off, right? But
Mhm.
in virtual machine, I have done the power off, right? Shutdown. I
Mhm.
mean to say shutdown.
Mhm.
But in Azure, I haven't stopped it in Azure.
Yep, yep,
So at that time also it will be charged.
exactly. Because it is running, right?
Okay.
Yeah. See, you have shut down your UI, right? The RDP. You have just shut down that. You have shut down the Windows, you have shut down the environment, you have shut down the operating system, but the machine, the CPU, the RAM, the disk is still being used. Just take it like this. You have the laptop, you have plugged in with the power supply, however you have shut down it, but still your battery is charging and the power is going inside the system. Okay, if you are using the desktop, your desktop is, though it is shut down, but the power is still on, so the power inside the board is still running, right?
Sure.
So
So virtual machine is being charged if it's not stopped, and the cluster is
exactly,
charged if it's not stopped.
exactly. So remember those things, those are critical and they are very much chargeable, right? They charge a huge amount. So I'm very much concerned towards those two things. Rest are very minimal charge. Just like, if you see your SQL database, it is just charging only 5 USD per month. Yeah. So there is no any limitation. You can use it. So it's not a big amount. Correct?
And sir, what is the minimum storage that they offer? To ask, like, what is the minimum of the data that we can upload there for this monthly charge? That is the minimum $5.
Sorry, I did not get your question correctly.
What is the minimum size of data that we can upload for this
Not, it is not
minimum
written
resource
anywhere.
of charge?
It is not written anywhere.
Okay. Okay.
Even your table, we have like a 1 2 row can be also uploaded.
See, it's not written anywhere, and it is not also written anywhere that okay, this much of data you can upload and then you cannot. Right? It is not written anywhere.
So, like, say,
Because
suppose
it's a
if I have
cloud, right?
to
Guys,
develop a project, and suppose it is of around 10 to 15 GB of data, so I can simply use this SQL server and dump my data over there, right? So
yes.
it will just charge me $5 for the month.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Can you proceed now?
Yes, please.
So now we have created the database. Let's do the last activity for the day, and rest I will leave on you. What you have to do. There is an assignment for you guys. We will create two tables here, and that table called staging table, right? One for sales and one for customers, right? And then you have to create rest 6 tables. Yeah, 2 for the curated, one sales curated, one customer curated, and rest 4 for small, medium, and large size for the sales. These are your assignment. You have to do the homework, right? When we will be meeting in the next session, we will be using the ADF. Today's we are not going to. Yes, we can do one thing. We can create the Azure ADF, resource. Yeah, and then we will start using this in the next session. Okay. Okay. So in the left hand side, you will see query editor. If you see, when you click on query editor, it will ask you how you want to log in. Yeah. So if you want to log in from Microsoft Entra authentication, then you can log in from here. If you want to log in from SQL authentication, you can log in from here, right? So what was that? I do not remember my username. Let me just see if my username is this one. Password I remember. Username I don't remember.
Username is correct. You put Azure admin only.
Okay, so it says public access is turned off for this server. Yeah, so that is called firewall. So we have to go back to our server. Go back to your
Same for
server.
me, sir.
Yeah. So go back to your server, please. Inside the server, sorry, this is not my server. I'm sorry. Here, SQL Server sales, that is my server. Go inside the server. When you go inside the server, there is a networking. If you see, it says networking. Inside networking, it says show networking settings. Just click there, and then it says disabled. If you see, public access disabled. Public access means external things cannot, or other services cannot access the server. So disable, just enable it. Yeah. Then it says add a virtual network rule, and then add your client IP address. So you have to add the client IP address that is coming from your IP address. Yeah, just take it and allow Azure service and resource to access this server and save it. Guys, please do it and then we will save it.
Harish bhai, it will automatically pick our IP address?
Yes, it will pick up IP address automatically. You just have to add it and allow it and save it. Let me know once you are done. I'm just waiting.
No, sir.
Yes, Manu.
Got it, sir. Got it.
Should I click on save?
Successfully saved.
Saved, guys? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now you can go back to your server once again on overview, and inside the database you can just click there. You can click now on query editor. Again, click on SQL authentication and give your password, username password.
सर डेटाबेस पे वो कैसे जाएंगे एक बार आप?
Okay, so it is incorrect. Let me just see. So inside the SQL server you have the database. Let me just see. It should show my username somewhere. Okay, so go inside the SQL server. Let me just go inside. Go inside the SQL server. Yeah, inside the SQL server, if you click on the SQL server, there should be a username. Okay, Azure admin. This is the username, right? It just shows me the username here. I'll just copy here, right? Copied, and then on the down, you just scroll down, and you will see the database which you have created inside this SQL server. Just click there, and then on the left hand side you have the query editor. Just click there. Now here you have the Azure admin, and then the password.
Your earlier username was also correct, sir. I think password was wrong.
Yeah, I think. Let me just try to connect now. I have not set it up. That's another challenge. Guys, when I'm teaching, I just forget my password instead.
Done, sir. Okay.
Are you connected with the database?
Connected.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Let me
Yes,
just
sir,
see if I can reset my password. Let me just reset that password. Come on. Just reset that. Amen.
तो सर इन ऑफिस वो तो उसमें जो वहाँ पे मेंशन था डिसेबल्ड था हमारा पब्लिक. आई थिंक द पब्लिक वाज नॉट देयर इन ऑफिस और इन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. इट मस्ट बी ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल और काइंड ऑफ.
That will be reset by your admin. Yes, it will be. They will be configuring your the IP addresses, right? They will be allowing your IP address access. So it will be public, and they will mention your IP address there. They will add the IP address there, and then they will save, and it will be allowed to access the database on those IP addresses. Just like your laptop IP address, yeah, or your desktop IP address, whatever device has been registered with the organization, they will add those IP address there. Correct?
Like the one IPv4 address that we selected, those admin people would be adding other IP addresses. Is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, guys. So, are you able to log in? Can you see the DBO?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, we
Okay,
are
so
here.
inside DBO, this is similar to the Fabric, right? If I show you the Fabric environment, it will be look like same. Okay, let me just show you something there. Okay. Now see here, we also have schema here. Okay, let me just go. This is the data warehouse actually, yeah. So if I just show you here, so here we have the schemas there, and then we have the security, yeah. Then we have queries here, and similar to, if you see here, it will also have the database here. Then we have the schema here, yeah? Then we have the queries here. So it is similar, right? You can go ahead and create the schema, and you can create the tables in that schema. Whenever you create the schema, it creates these four type of table no folders there. So the tables, you can create the tables there, you can create the views, you can create the store procedure, you can create the functions there, right? So as of now, we are going to create a simple staging table for the customer. Yep. So you can just click on the new query from here or from here, right? So anywhere you can just type it. Yeah. So if I just say, okay, if you want to create the schema, you can create the schema first. So let's say create schema. Let's say sales, a very simple schema. We can just create there and just run it. Okay, so it will not show unless you will have any table there, right, inside the schema. So I will just create this customer, let's say staging table here, and we will say create table, right? And then we have to give the structure of the table, what column would be there and what column's name would be there, right? Something like that. So this depends on your data. So whatever data you have uploaded, go back to your file, CSV file, open it. Let me just show that. Okay, this is customer CSV. Yeah, it is already open. So you can just go ahead and take all the column one by one, or better if you just take all the column at once, open a new Excel file and transpose this. This is my way working, right? You can work as per your comfortability. Yeah, I just work like this.
Table, sir.
Yeah, customer, right? So you can just take like this. So I'm just transposing it. Now it is transpose actually. Yeah. So it has the index. So because this index, you have to see, is this index only for integer? If it has integer, you can just take the data type as an integer only, right? So in the data, also open your Excel file, you see the data, also CSV file, see the data. You have only integer, so I will say integer. This is varchar. You will see varchar, yeah, varchar, and varchar. Yeah, Karan, please go ahead.
So where have you shared the CSV file, customer CSV file?
I have shared over the chat, if you see.
Okay, sir, I'm looking for it.
If you're not, see, guys, you have to upload it there, right, in the storage. I told you earlier, right?
Sorry, sir, if you can reshare, I cannot find it in the chat. In the Zoom meeting chat you're saying, or the WhatsApp chat?
No, it's on the Zoom chat, in the same chat.
Maybe I've joined late, so maybe it is not showing.
Should I share it again?
Yes, please.
Okay. If you see, it is already there. Can you see here? Yeah. Let me just share it again. There should be customer, right? Where is the customer, man? Come on, customer, stopping. Oh, sorry, because I have already opened it, so it's not allowing me. Let me just close it, and then I will share it. Wasim, you can ask the question. Wasim. Well, guys, I have again shared the customer CSV. You can just pull from there. And now, okay, so first name, I will take 100 like this, okay. And then company, let's have the 250 here. Just making 200, let's say 200. Okay, city can we have 100 here, and customer country can we have 100 here. Then phone number, it's okay, we can have all those 100. Email address, okay, so let's have that 200, right?
So phone number, it would be integer or?
See, this time in this data, phone number is not in integer, it's having the plus sign, right? Let me show you that. Can you see here?
Got it.
It has
There
hyphen,
is a country code.
parentheses. Yeah. So it does not have the purely integer numbers, right? Okay.
Harish bhai, like in on-premises database, we use database. Let's say we have 2, 3 tables. So in that case, here also we need to use database kind of a thing.
No,
And
no,
it's a
no. See, here you are running the query inside the database, selected database, right?
itself, right?
So you do not have to, it is already in use, right? So you don't have to, just like in SSMS, we have to use it, right? Here we don't have to use it. It is already selected. Correct?
Correct. I
Yeah.
got it.
Okay, guys, I'm also adding one more column, and that is called load. LOAD, load date, right? I will tell you why I'm doing that. Yeah. So that I can keep the track when the data was loaded, right? So that is the architecture we design in the real-time scenario. Yeah, we also keep the log of the activity. So that will be date time. We also need the timestamp there. So date time would be okay. And default value should be coming from the get date function. Get date function, right? This is. So we have to create all these columns. Please create that. Let me just copy and paste it here. Here. That's it. If you want to see it, just see it. If you want to follow it, please follow it. Yeah. And guys,
Harish bhai, go to
There
Excel
is an
first.
error in get date.
sorry, second.
Sir, there is an error in a
Yeah,
get date.
it's not
So I'm
error. What
asking.
is happening when you take any name? See, there are two things, right? Or I can say three things. One is the keyword. So create, table, integer, varchar, decimal, value, start, end, index, rank. All those are keywords, right? Those are registered with the system, correct? Second one is identifier. So the name which you are giving to the object, like no index or like customer ID, first name, these are identifiers. These are in black if you see, right? When you, if even whenever you are using any identifier with the name similar to the keyword, just like I have used index, so it is not able to understand whether you are using the index from the system, a keyword, or the identifier. Then it shows the red line as an underline, right? So that's the reason we are using this format. This is the exact format of the SQL when you write the column name inside the square bracket. This is the, so if you are using any column that actually has the same name as a keyword, use this way. It will never give you an error.
Okay. Just a second, Harish bhai. I'm just copying the data.
Should I run
So
it now?
in SQL
No,
query,
no, no, no.
we
Wait,
have to
wait, wait.
create a create table, right?
Sorry,
SQL
say
query.
again. Say again.
In SQL query, we have to create a table, sir. That table you are creating.
Yeah.
SQL query.
See, SQL query you're not using right now. These are the SQL actually. The query, when we say query, right, then we are querying the data. Querying means either we are reading the data or modifying the data or something. Not modifying. It is most of the cases we are reading the data. We are querying the data, right? So that is a statement that is DQL, right? Data query language. That is select, where, from, right?
So first step you already, sir, processed that showing, sir, query executed successfully. What we have done, sir, already? Creating table.
Yeah, we are creating a table for the destination. So see, we have the source data, right, in the form of CSV. So now you need to convert that data, and that should be stored inside the SQL database, inside the tables. So you need those tables, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Can
now
we write
actually,
some?
sir, I'm here. I just want to confirm the first process you already proceed, sir. That's the query executed successfully. So what the process have you done?
So first is to upload the data inside the source. Yeah. The second is to create the SQL Server instance then database, then required tables.
Okay.
Yeah, to receive the data. Correct?
Uh,
Yes.
Is that answer your query?
okay,
Is
Harish
that
bhai, I have,
just hold on, just hold on. Is that answer query, Manu?
Yes, sir. You already answered the question, but actually, I forget, sir, one step that you already followed, sir.
Okay, okay. So creating the SQL Server instance, then inside that creating the database, then inside that creating the tables.
I'm here, sir. I'm already here. Before one step, sir. Before one step, the creating table is not doing, sir.
Okay. So is that clear now?
Yes, sir. It is clear now, but actually, I only missed the steps, sir. I
Okay,
understand the process.
okay, okay, okay. Okay. Yeah.
Harish bhai,
Yep.
uh, like I have entered these all the information headers name
Mm-hmm.
with the data type. Now what I have to do?
You have to run it, right? You have the run button there. Correct.
Uh,
Vishwajit,
Yeah, Harish. Harish, I have a questions here. Since we are manually pushing the data into a CSV format, so we need to create instances, a database, then we have to create the table to upload our source data into our destination, correct? Let's say in real scenario where we need to connect the data into some different sources, do you also perform the similar activities while we are transforming the source data into our destination?
for the creation of the table,
Yeah, and everything, creating server, database, and
we
this
can do it.
table.
We can do it from the PySpark as well. We can create
Hmm.
a table from there as well. But the problem is that, see, in the Fabric, it's very easy, right? But in the
Mm-hmm.
Azure, it's a different service.
Mm-hmm.
It's there are different, security concern and the access problems and the firewall problems. So I'm not sure that when I'm going to create the SQL tables from the PySpark directly from the Databricks, it's going to access the SQL Server instance very easily. I'm not sure on that. Yeah.
So this is the mandatory steps we have to follow every time we are creating any pipeline
Yeah,
from source
generally
to
we are
destination.
creating the architecture, right? So when you
Okay.
are creating the architecture, you have to create the source and the destination.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
It.
and also, and also when you are see, if I say about the creation of the table, it is one time
Okay.
activity. Yeah, it is not every time you are creating the tables. Correct.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Your
Sorry, so let's say I have to connect with the Salesforce data.
mm-hmm,
Okay. So then
mm-hmm,
first I need to understand what all different schemas we have in my Salesforce
exactly,
uh, source,
exactly,
correct? Based
exactly,
on that schema only, I need to create one table here in destination so that all the data will migrated here and sit here
exactly,
only, correct?
exactly. Yeah, very well said.
Okay.
Yeah. So see, if I okay, I have other way around, right? I
Mm-hmm.
can go ahead and read the data, and according to the data, I can create my PySpark code to generate the SQL table and push the data
Mm.
from there. What will happen every time?
Mm.
It will generate the table because that
So
code
there
has to
no
be run
need
every
to
time.
create manually table and defining
Yeah,
varchar and int and
it's a
anything,
one-time
right? It's
activity. I will say
okay.
this is one-time activity. Just
Okay.
create the architecture, and then the transformation part or the orchestration part can be done inside the pipeline.
No, no, I'm not talking about transformation. I'm talking about the raw data dump into our own system.
Yeah, so just because it's a see again, if you just want to take the data from the raw to the destination, right, from the source to destination, right,
Mm-hmm.
and you have two ways: either you manual create a table and then push the data to the table, or
Okay.
you can create the table from the PySpark, right? Yeah.
Okay.
So for that you need to use the Databricks, correct?
Okay.
So
Okay.
creating the table manually and pushing the data from the ADF is lesser. It is just minimum charging amount activity. One thing, because it is not including the cluster, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas when you are using the PySpark for this purpose, it is
Mm-hmm.
adding the cluster to your notebook and it will be chargeable. It will take more charge. Yeah. So it is
Mm.
costlier. So it is not recommended to invest the money where you can save the money.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is the recommended approach where we can create our instance as a table within ADF only.
Yes. I will say one thing that see, guys, if there is a scenario that you have every time a dynamic data, right? And
Yeah.
you need a dynamic table also. Let's say
Correct.
that if you create a manual table and that manual table has a fixed schema, right?
Yes.
Fixed structure. Now you have your data that is dynamic and it is changing.
Yeah.
Sometimes it has less number of columns, sometimes it has more number of columns, sometimes it has new columns. There you have to understand the data type also. In that case you have to use the PySpark, because
Right.
manual stuff will not work there.
That's what my next question it is. Let's say I have two different sources and two different schema. All right.
Okay.
So it's very difficult. No, every time I need to create schema for
Yeah,
different sources, right? It
exactly.
should be dynamic in nature so that it can
Yeah,
accommodate accordingly, right?
exactly. That case I will definitely, because see, every time you have a new thing, right?
Yeah.
And not every time, maybe most of the time you have a new thing. And when you have a
Hmm.
new thing or change thing, then probably your manual still will not work there. So in that case you have to take the help from the notebook and create the notebook and run it inside the pipeline. So it will read the data, understand it, and create the table as per the data and push the data there.
Noted. Noted. Yeah. Thanks,
Yeah.
Harish, for the
Hi,
Harish
clarification.
bhai, I have
Harish.
two questions.
Hello,
Sorry.
Harish bhai,
Harish.
Yep.
Hello.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Uh, So Harish, my question is here: if we will create some table, so can we write some more advanced queries of SQL? So I hope there will be no chargeable in this SQL query.
Okay, and don't worry on that charge, right? First thing, I understand. It is also a concern for me, the charge here, but don't worry at that moment. Yeah, just write the query and use it, right? Yeah.
Harish bhai,
And now, if I say about the query, that you are writing a long query or you are writing a short query to create something, it is not a matter, right? It is just charging what you are using. I mean to say, if you are using it, it is charging. What you are doing, it does not matter.
Oh,
Harish bhai, may I?
thanks.
Yep. Okay. Say again.
I have two questions. One is, I'm just sharing my screen. One is the code doesn't execute it.
Just hold on. Just hold on. Let me stop this. Sorry, just stop the screen, and now you can share your screen.
Again, I'll
Sharad, you'll
just
have to create your schema first and then you'll have to run for the table query.
Generally,
uh,
I do it. Why? Because we have to organize. See, in the organization, we have different departments. Just like, let's say, HR, we have HR, we have operation, we have sales department, we have, we have different departments. You know that, right? So if I say, okay, we need to store the operations files, right? Then we will create a schema called operations. Yeah? If you need to store the files or data from the HR, then you will create the HR schema. So same way I have created the sales schema here.
Harish bhai,
Otherwise,
I have
yeah, otherwise what will happen? Everything will be stored in the default schema, that is DBO. And when you have lot of tables there, you will be struggling to find a particular table from there, right?
Harish bhai.
Yeah.
This is where I run this similarly. What I
The
need to
specific,
do now.
it says the specific schema name sales either does not exist, so it is not there. You have not created the schema yet, and that's why it is showing you error. So please first create the schema. On the top of the line, before creating the table, type the code. I'm saying you type the code.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Just click on the, yeah, before the C, just press enter.
Once more.
Okay, type the code, create schema. Give the space, type if not exist. Give the space, exist, and then give the space.
EX
Yes,
exit.
it shows, yeah, exist. Give the space. Okay, it will not take if here. Because it's working as a data warehouse, right? It's not, it will not take this. Okay, don't worry. In that case, we have to just type the create a schema name. Do not use, in the lake house, it works, right? In the warehouse, it does not. So there is a way, right? Generally, I'm just trying to see if a schema does not exist, it should exist it. So just type create schema name. So just type sales in small. And select this line, the first line, run it. Now run your next. So just you can remove down this, you can remove this line. The first line you can remove it.
Create schema sales.
Yeah, just run it. Now it is created there. If you click on the drop arrow on the table, you will see the table there. If it is not there, just refresh the schema, right? Inside the sales schema, sorry, inside not the DBO, inside the sales schema. This is DBO. Just can you click on the drop of the DBO? Yeah.
Here it is.
Yeah. So if you click there, it is not having anything. It is just you have created the table. We do not need to push the data yet, right? Until we can work on the ADF, right? So from the ADF, data will be coming here.
Yeah. Harish bhai, my second question is, sorry Manu, I have two questions only. One is resolved. Second question is, let's say you were talking about the same scenario. One of my friend asked, right now we know that we have created the destination table, right? So in this case, we know that we have 12 columns. So we have updated the names manually. Let's say in real scenario, the column names numbers changes very frequently, and even the column name also changes. Let's say my team my SQL team has updated one table name, let's say customer ID. Later on, they change it to EMP ID. Right. So in that case, this schema will not work. Destination source.
Okay. While mapping with the source to the destination, yeah. If it is dynamic, right? If it is dynamic, probably you have to take care of there when you are doing the transformation before pushing the data inside this table. This table can be static. You don't have to change this table. However, the source is being changed every time. So you have to take care about the source, not the destination. Yeah, this is your final format. You need your final table in this format. So you have created this table. Now, if we discuss about the source data, that my source data is getting changed every time, then we have to create the logic to to understand the source data, and then once source data is cleaned and normalized, we can then push that data inside this table.
Let's say my okay, this destination table is for, let's say, for my client, and client says no, Sharad, I don't want first name as column name. I need the only name. Then
why client will access your data?
No, because okay.
Understand, there are many layers, right? So it is not like that you have just created this table and client is going to or business user is going to access your staging table. They will never access, or you will never provide access to the staging or the gold layer till, right? You will provide the access to the data warehouse. You will provide the access to the business user data. So you will create the business users data post the silver layer. So probably in the next part, when you are going to perform the transformation on your raw data, which is coming here in this table, you can perform the transformation whatever is required as per the business logic. Getting a point? See, the scenario which we discussed with Biswajit, it was different. There you are getting a weird data every time. Sometimes you have 5 columns, sometimes you have 10 columns, sometimes the column name are different. Yeah. So in that case, you cannot create the static table to receive the data, right? In that case, you have to, every time you have to generate a new table as per the data. But remember, in that case also, you will not be able to maintain the historical data, because every time your data is dynamic. Vishwajit, am I correct?
Yes, yes, it is.
Yeah, because in that case, historical data maintenance is not as simple as you think, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. Every time, let's say I have
Yes, sir.
very first time the table, the data is received, and I have 5 rows, 5 columns. Next time it has 10 columns. Very next time it has 13 columns. Then we have only 6 columns, and also the column names are different. Then in that case, every time you have to generate a new table, and that is not
But
recommended. If I say honestly, that is not recommended. You have anyhow you have to normalize your data. Otherwise, test architecture will not work. It is just wasting the space and the services. You have
by
to normalize your data anyhow. You have to create the logic to normalize the data, and your final table should have the same format which is required by the business user.
like in my current company, we used to get like we are getting the customer information, the employee information, employee database,
Mm-hmm.
active employees, right? But this and it's being maintained on SQL on premises server. I am not sure they are using Azure or not, right?
Yep.
So what happens after every 6 months, the column numbers changes. The nomenclature of the column is being changed for few columns. So this is my concern is
But you know that what data is coming in which column.
right.
You know it, right? So you can create the logic. Whatever name is there, that column should be pushing to the other column. I'm going to say, let's say, okay, very first column, or column number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, third column always has the data as a last name. It does not matter what is the name of the column, right? We can create the logic to pull the third column and push it to the required column. Are you getting that? In that
Yes.
case, we can ignore the column name. We will be working on the column index.
Okay.
See, guys, anyhow, you have to normalize it, right? If I create the hypothetical scenario, there are a lot of scenarios, and we will not be able to, create a foolproof architecture. Yeah. Somehow we have to understand that how we can achieve our goal. And I understand that the raw data is messy and it's weird. That is called raw data. And we have to normalize it. We have to understand the data and then normalize and then push it to the different layer and finally for the business user. And everything is achievable, man. There is nothing which you cannot do, because we have created the things, so we are the master of the things, right? So we can achieve anything in the life. Still, I'm with you, right? If you still have any question, any problem, any concern, anytime you can concern with me, connect with me. And we have created the customer table. Now we are running behind the time, so we have created the customer table, staging table, for the sales staging table, and rest of the tables, guys, just note it down somewhere. I'm typing on the chat what tables you have to create. You have the sales CSV file, you have the customer CSV file. You have to create very first table, that will be customer. Sorry, I'm just typing here. Let me just share the screen. Probably you can also see what I'm typing. Yeah. Okay. Can you see the screen, guys?
Yes.
Okay. So just a moment. Okay, that is. So let's say first I need customers staging, where our raw data will be coming, right? Second, I need sales staging. Now sales data will be coming here. Then third, we will need customer curated, right? Here we will transform the customer data and the curated customer curated, right? And fourth, we need
आपकी वो वाली
sales
स्क्रीन
curated.
नहीं दिख रहा है सर. I can see only a Geo database.
Is that okay? Okay, then fine. No worry. Let me just type it and I will push it, right?
Okay. And
else?
I need help in creating tables, sir. I face some issue.
Okay, no worry, I will help you. Fourth and then fifth, sales created, and then we need a small deal size sales, and then we will be needing the medium deal size, and then we'll be needing the large deal size. So 6, 7, right? Okay, 6 and 7. So I've just, oh sorry, I have not changed the name. Let me just edit that. So it will be medium, MEDI, and always keep the name in a small letter. Okay, now you can check your chat. I have written all the required tables in the chat. Customer staging we just have created. From the sales till the large deal size sales table you have to create. Yeah. Okay. Can you see the guys the screen? Guys, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So have you seen the chat, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
But one
Yes.
question, sir, over here.
Yeah.
From the sales, how we can create three table like small deal? Is there any condition for small deal, medium deal,
No,
and large
no
deal?
condition. It is just a duplicate copies, nothing else.
Got it.
Yeah, it's just a replica. Okay, because we will perform those transformation and the filtration inside the store procedures. When we are getting the store procedures, it will filter out the data for the small deal, medium deal, and the large deal, and then we will push that data inside these tables. Okay,
Sir, no column names to be mentioned. No?
all the columns, same columns,
And what will be the name of customer curated table?
same customer curated.
Okay.
So you have customer staging, you will be having
Oh,
one
just
table.
duplicating this.
Sorry.
We
Just
have to just
duplicating
replicate,
and
right? Like
renaming the columns. That's it. Renaming the table names. That's it.
Just rename the table. So you should have the same table customer staging, same table customer curated.
got
Only
it.
name is different, columns are same. And do not
Got it.
forget to create the last column, that is the load date column. That should capture the date when the data was loaded.
Yep.
In every table.
Right, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
In every table, sir.
Yeah, in every table.
One question over, sir. There is no customer goal table. I can see only sales
See,
table.
we are not creating. See, generally these terminologies are being used in the fabric, right? The Medallion architecture, then the bronze, the silver, the gold. This terminology is being used there. However, the architecture are same. So, if you want, I'm using here the customer curated table only. You can say customer curated, then the same table customer gold, right? You can create
Got it.
that. Correct?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. Any other question before we wrap up for the day?
No, sir. हमको मुझे थोड़ा help चाहिए, sir.
Exactly. You
To
can
creating
connect with
table.
me and I will help you out. Yeah.
And sir, load one you will teach us later, like how the data will be loaded.
Yes.
This table. Okay.
By can in coming session can we have that scenario uh, increasing or decreasing the number of columns or change in the number of name nomenclature?
I'm sorry. Say again. You want to work on that scenario?
In coming session, can we have that example as well?
Not in this session. We will. What we can do while working in the fabric environment, we can take that example there, right? Because what will happen? It will break the rhythm and it will divert our the course from here to there, right? Yeah, I can guide you how you can do it, but if you want to see it live, then probably we can take this example inside the fabric.
Right.
Yeah,
We will
so you
take.
will be understanding how the architecture can be designed for such type of scenario.
Yeah.
Right, as of now, whatever we are doing, let it be, otherwise we have to recreate the whole architecture.
Yeah, that's what I was saying that in coming session.
Yeah, coming session, yes, definitely in the fabric. Remember it, once we will done with the data bricks, just give me a call that okay Harish, you have to take care of the scenario which we have discussed. Yeah, the dynamic data, how we are dealing this. So we can take that example inside the Fabric. Yeah. Will that work, guys?
Yes.
Okay. So that's it for today's session. Thanks for joining the session. And in next week, we are going to work. We have created the database, we have created the tables, and now our rest of the work is inside the data factory. We will be creating the data factory, and then we will be working there inside the data factory. Okay?
Sure.
Sir, one last question. How to save all this?
Sorry, second, how
to save this thing that we have done today?
It is already saved. It is on cloud, right? You don't have to save anything. If you go in here,
Okay.
if I just go here inside the resource group, let me just show you. Inside the resource group, if I go inside my resource group, yeah, I can show you everything is there, which I have created. The server is there, the database there, the storage account is there. I can just go anywhere, just go inside the storage account, go inside the container. Let me just show you. Go inside the container and you will see there are two different folders, and I can just go there and the files are there. So we don't have to say anything. Over the cloud, it is already saved. You don't have to save. Yeah. Getting point? Making sense? Okay, guys. So no further question or any query still left?
I need help.
Okay, tell me.
Let me share my screen, sir.
No. Share your screen.
Yes, sir. I share.
Okay. Tell
Is
me.
my screen visible, sir?
Yes, it is.
Sir, even I create a schema cells, I can't see here, sir.
Most of the time, you will not be able to see because you have not created any, table there, right? So once you create the table, it will be visible.
तो सर टेबल तो भी मैंने क्रिएट कर लिया हूँ ऑलरेडी आई क्रिएटेड टेबल से इफ आई ट्राई टू कनेक्ट हियर एंड ट्राई टू रन द सेम कोड इट्स शोइंग सर there is already object name cells database.
Okay, so it is not visible, so you can either you
Sir,
can
I found the error. It is in the table creation query. He's written sales underscore staging customer underscore staging.
Okay. You have not used the schema, right? You have just created the table sales customer staging. Yeah, it should be sales dot customer staging, right?
Oh, sales dot
underscore with dot.
Yeah.
Before the custom, right?
Yeah. Use dot there. Now run it. Okay, now you will see.
Sir, all these tables have to be created under the same schema, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's already successful, sir. But here I can see, sir, here we have another table has been created.
Yeah. What happened? Earlier, you were not using the sales schema. So it has created inside the default schema, right? Now you have created the sales schema, so you also can see inside the sales schema. So just drop the previous one. Just say drop table and then table name with the schema. So just say drop table sales underscore customer staging. Not like this, sales underscore, because this time you are using the sales schema. Earlier, it was a name of the table, sales underscore customer staging. And it is created inside the default.
It means this will be deleted.
Yeah, this will be deleted. Just run it. Now, that is gone.
Thank you. Thanks, sir.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay, guys. So, thank you for joining the session. Okay. I hope that session was good for you. Okay.
Yes, sir. It's wonderful.
And definitely when we are working on the Azure Data Factory and Databricks, it will be more interesting. And inside the Fabric, you will be learning a lot of things, right? So more interactive sessions are upcoming. Till then.
Sir, in evening, do you have time, sir, today?
Today, I don't, because today I'm not at home. Yeah. Okay. So today I'm not, but yes, tomorrow you can connect with me.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay. So, okay, guys, thank you for joining the session once again. And
thanks, sir. Thanks for the session.
Please enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you in the next session.
Sure. Thanks, sir. Have a great day. Great weekend.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.
Bye-bye.
I'm already done creating the table.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.